Back in the 1950s, cellophane revolutionized the world of meat. Finally, I can wrap my meat. Ah yes, we were able to preserve our meat longer, but you know what? It just wasn't hitting home with the kids. So ads like these were made to show people just how fun it is to completely suffocate. Back in the day, having a revolver stashed in your pocket wasn't so out of the ordinary. Sometimes you had to deal with thugs with your own brand of street justice. But no matter how many guns you have, you can't protect everybody all of the time. That's when the genius Iver Johnson came up with the brilliant idea of packing heat with your kids. I'd keep my eye on that doll though. Pont Sun Lamps were used in the times before we had the miracle that was spray-on tans.
Feels good.
Mothers would hold their children underneath these lamps for hour after hour, and even sometimes installing them over their beds, basically cooking their babies alive. Distaval is a children's sedative. Back in the good old days, if your kid was misbehaving, you could just shove a whole bunch of sleepy pills down their throat. Unfortunately, some of those pills contain thalidomide, a drug that could cause serious birth defects and give you Forrest Gump legs. But who cares about the dangers? Any new parent would tell you that kind of power would be irresistible. Ayer's cough syrup was prescribed to children of all ages, but it contained a whole bunch of shit like alcohol and opium, and that's like, I mean, just look how addicted these kids are. Fiending hard for that syrup. Old Ayer's at it again with his Cathartic pills. And if you don't know what those are, they're pretty much made to empty the bowels. And what's the best way to advertise something like that? Well, why not just a bunch of naked babies doing a bunch of things. This one's putting eggs in a box and this one's stealing a stick of butter. Cigarette Santa Claus. Usually if a fat bearded man ran up to me on the street on Christmas Eve and asked me if I wanted to smoke something, I'd run away. But how could you resist something from this jolly fellow? Come on kids, smoke up. Young Fritz cigars weren't advertised towards kids, but once you opened the box, there was this picture that read, "Stick inside hole of child. If it cries, stick in another one," which sounds really bad out of context. Oh my god, a pet monkey! And Raccoon. I would definitely just go with the monkey. You could put a little suit on him. Oh, look, they could fit in a teacup. And they're a bunch of freeloaders. Rainier Beer. Most likely a normal beer and not filled with opium or something. But their advertising is definitely a little questionable. Grandpa's about to have a nice cold one. With little Susie? Who exactly is this benefiting? The Gilbert Atomic Energy Lab. Holy shit, this is cool. Why don't they make toys like this now? Maybe it's because this box actually came with radioactive material. They say it's at very safe levels, but look what happened to this poor boy. It even came with a real Geiger counter that said you would get a reward if you happened to stumble upon any uranium. Cocaine's just not for daddy anymore. Ah man, back in the day, curing your ailment sounded so easy. They sold cocaine to cure your toothaches. And it says instantaneous cure. And that's no bullshit. Look how blasted these kids are.
Hey, remember when we had that toothache? Huh? What? No? Huh? Okay, let's build a house. Okay.
Well, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and a subscribe. It really helps us out. So next time I release a video, you see it first.